So fitness is not performance, okay? And why do I say this? Well, because there's athletes constantly think that we just have to do the fitness work, do the training, train hard, and we'll get the performance. And it doesn't work like that at all, because there's much more to performance and to optimal performance in sprinting and 400-meter running that you miss out on, and that is not kind of expressed to athletes. People talk about the mental aspect of sprinting quite a bit, but I'm going deeper than that, and I'm going to change it a little bit, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But for fitness, for me, fitness, and this is a total hypothesis, but it might vary at all, and some people might think more. But for me, fitness, as in the physical fitness, the training you do on the track, in the gym, and all that, in terms of importance for optimal performance, like your best performance, in terms of importance, takes up about 50 to 60% in my eyes. Just 50 to 60%. Reason is because I see athletes do it all the time through the years, and I fell for it myself, thinking that just doing the fitness work and the training and stuff like that, I'll perform brilliantly on the track just because of that. And it's not the case. It's not the case. And I see it all the time when athletes just go out and they get disappointed because they've done all the fitness work and they're confused and they think, well, what's going on here? I mean, my sprint speed is not improved. I'm not getting quicker. And it's just because you're thinking that fitness is everything. Fitness is what's going to give me that performance. Fitness doesn't make you relax before a race. Pure fitness work doesn't make it mean that you're relaxed and know how to incorporate relaxation into your sprinting. And that's really, really important. That's why this channel that you're watching right now, why you should absorb all my content, is so important. Because it's not expressed. Athletes still think fitness. I'll go, fitness means performance. It doesn't. Fitness is one part, and probably in terms of importance of the whole procedure, probably 50, 60%, maybe 60%. The rest of 40%, maybe 40, 50%, mind-muscle connection. And I'm reluctant to say mental, but it would be simple. But mind-muscle connection is the other portion. And how do we get good mind-muscle connection? Because if you're actually sprinting and training or you're competing and you feel heavy, you feel lethargic, sprinting feels awkward, you're tight, then that's poor mind-muscle connection. And that's caused by being in a stress state, it's caused by probably overtraining, it's caused by bad sleep, other things going on with your life, and what the body does is it tightens up and muscles shut down under stress. And when you have that tightness, that's poor mind-muscle connection. And that's why I'm talking about the fact that it's only 50, 60%. The fitness work, you've got to concentrate on the mind-muscle connection and kind of harvesting that to make sure that that mind-muscle connection is pure and it's sharp. What do I mean by mind-muscle connection? Well, it's obviously the relationship between mind and muscle and whether it's clear or not. And I do testing all the time on my clients all the time to make sure, testing muscles to see whether they react. If I ask them to hold a muscle test, can they do it? And that's a big kind of indication for a lot of athletes, whether they're just general Joes or athletes, high performing athletes, muscles often don't fire. Muscles can't hold. And that's poor mind-muscle connection. And the reason, how do you harvest a good mind-muscle connection? Well, it's all about how relaxed you are at the time that you're racing, as the time you're getting into the blocks. What's your relationship with your nerves like? It all depends on your relationship with yourself in terms of achieving what you want out of the race. Are you confident? Are you in the present moment? And all these things, all that plays a massive part on whether you can perform at your best. And can you imagine all that stuff is totally separate from the fitness training that you're doing? All that stuff is really the area that most athletes need to spend time harvesting, incorporating, to bring about that relaxation. So you put both sections together, mind-muscle connection and the fitness together, so you get the best performance. Looking into the 5 insane ways to bring sports relaxation into your sprinting, having a look at that video and seeing, right, All of those are dedicated to improving mind-muscle connection and gaining that, being that kind of, what's the word? That connection to your fitness, bringing the connection into the moment, bringing all that fitness work into that moment. If you're stressed and tight, you're actually hampering all that fitness work you've done over the previous months and maybe years in that moment, and you're not accessing it at all. A load of athletes do it. A load of athletes actually think that. It's like fitness comes in, I can perform. So what this video is all about is actually making sure that you spend time incorporating that relaxation into your sprinting to make sure that mind-muscle connection is pure and sharp. So you access that fitness work that you've done before, or access all that fitness work, all that time spent training to make sure that you relax, so you access all that fitness training in that moment of the race. It's really, really important. And this is why you'll find that a lot of athletes will perform on a day even off lack of training. They may have been out for a month, or they may not have been missing a load of training sessions, but still come out and do a PB in the race. And they say, well, even high performing athletes do this, and they just, some athletes miss the point in actually understanding, well, how did that happen? Well, one time they were fresh. That's one aspect might have happened. But also they were actually taking the pressure off themselves. They were relaxed because they weren't demanding too much of themselves. And when that happens, you can access that mind-muscle connection, that pure, sharp mind-muscle connection, where everything flows, the body's working as one. And even when that fitness is, well, it's lower or perceived lower, that you can just, your body's free to perform in the way. One of the things about it is, one of the great things, even with Tommy Smith, even Donovan Bailey, these are past athletes years ago that broke the world record in the 200 meters and 100 meters. And these athletes were injured at the time, but they were able to get that relaxed state to actually concentrate on relaxation, to access that mind-muscle connection, that where the body just flowed. And that's what you can do. That's what the body can do when it has lack of fitness. There is no way, obviously, that I have to say is fitness work is important. You know, it has to be. You can't just after years not be training and then come out and perform well. It doesn't work like that. I fully understand that. But it doesn't have to be, you can still perform and do a PB even when you've got perceived lack of fitness. Or the fitness work, you haven't done the fitness work that you want at the moment. The important thing to understand is a lot of athletes see fitness as the ability to sustain or tolerate a lot of work, a lot of training. That's all athletes see fitness as. Whereas fitness should be seen to actually focus down on to perform a task. Should be fully focused on actually being able to achieve that task. But I see it specifically in the endurance capacity, is endurance athletes see it, although they don't realize it, as the ability, fitness as the ability to tolerate a lot of work. And that really is not sports performance orientated. The fitness work has to be done, but in a certain way that is targeted in actually achieving a certain goal, whatever event you're doing. So whatever fitness work, you have to be making sure that you're recovering from it, so you can actually get stronger, but also doing the work that actually making sure that, you know, that it's dedicated. Hold on, if it's that amount of meters, that length, then shouldn't I be training in a certain way to do that? And that doesn't mean tolerating as much training as possible. I think that's lost in a lot of athletes. Fitness should be the ability to perform a certain task that's chosen by the athlete, but it's not. It's seen as the ability to tolerate a lot of hard training, and that's something that we've got to look into as athletes and coaches, and change a little bit. But making sure that that mind-muscle connection is really important, and that's what I ask you to do. Have a look at my videos. There's another one there on how to incorporate relaxation into sprinting. Have a look at my videos and just make sure that you can spend time in, okay, throughout the day, throughout my sprinting, throughout my reps, Have I breathed? Have I taken that breath to relax the shoulders? Am I in the present moment? Am I making sure that I'm optimizing my body to access all that fitness work I've done? Just a thought for you to think about. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. Now, if you're looking to have extra help or more assistance in getting relaxed for your sprinting for your 200 meters or 400 meters, then I highly recommend that you go down to one of my courses. Two courses. There's the full relaxation sequence for sprinters and 400 meter runners, and then there's a starter program as well. You can get the links below in the description, but both will be valuable in helping you incorporate relaxation. Both contain massage techniques that actually can relax the body, that you can do yourself, that take minutes and that can change your performance and your body on the spot. So take a look at both those programs. If you're truly interested in getting relaxed for sprinting and getting the best out of your sprinting ability and your sprinting career, I cannot recommend them enough. Take a look, and I'll see you in the next video.